Hi there, fifth grade tenors. This is a recording of me going through number 113 in the book with you, okay? Now, even if you're not on 113, this song is insanely easy. And what we're gonna do in 113 is review how dotted notes work, okay? So, here's the deal, okay? We're going to be reminding ourselves how to do our dotted notes. And we've been playing dotted notes for a long time, okay? These notes with the little dots. The first time we saw them was in our music for our winter concert, when we did Deck the Halls with, okay? So we've been doing that for quite a while. That was a long time ago, okay? So this is the same basic idea. Now, let's talk about that in Deck the Halls. Deck the Halls had a half note with a dot, okay? So what that means, remember, a half note is worth 2, right? There's 2 beats in a measure in this song right there, number 2, and guess what? 1 half note, 1 empty hole with the line fills up a measure, so it has to be worth 2. Now, the dot takes this number 2 right here, and it divides it in half. So 2 plus 1 equals, hopefully you just said 3. Probably didn't realize you were coming to a math lesson when you checked out this video, but it is, okay? Now, here's where I said, this is technically a quarter note with a dot, but our rules still exist, guys. This is nothing new or bizarre or crazy or anything you're like, whoa, mind blown, okay? It's the same rules that apply, okay? So a quarter note with a dot, okay? Well, I know a quarter note is worth 1 beat. Okay, just one of these single notes right here. Here's a great example. There's 1, 2 things in that measure. 1 plus 1 is 2. So that has to be worth 1. Okay, the dot takes this number 1 and divides it in half. Okay, here again, all the rules still apply. A dotted note is a dotted note. All you have to do is figure out the math. Okay, so if I take 1 and divide it in half, what am I left with? Hopefully you just said half. Okay, so this dotted quarter note is 1 1/2 beats long, okay? So right here, 1 1/2 beats. Now, a lot of people go, well, how am I gonna count 1 1/2? Well, they literally show you, okay? How do they literally show you? Well, they have 3 eighth note Gs and then an A and 3 eighth note Gs and an A. That's what they do the first 2 measures. And then they do 3 eighth notes Gs and an A, but they just tie those 3 together. Okay, and then they do the same thing, but they turn this into a quarter note and an eighth note, and then they do the A, and then they have our dotted note. Well, let's do a little bit of math here. 1 1/2. Well, we just said that this note is worth 1. Guess what? This note is worth half. So really, this measure and this measure are 100% the same thing. There is no difference. They look different, but they sound exactly the same. Guess what? We just said that this little eighth note, the one beamed, we said it was worth half. Well, a half plus a half plus a half also equals 1 1/2. So here again, this measure and this measure are the same thing. So 4 of these measures in this song are exactly the same. This and this and this and this. So G, 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 A, G, 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 A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G. Literally, this song is going to use G and A, by the way. Nothing else. There is nothing else you need to play in this. It's kind of crazy, okay? I'll get rid of all these lovely little markings here and give it a shot, okay? So easy, guys. I just wanted to give a chance for you guys to review how these dotted notes work. They always work the same regardless of what note they follow. It's just a matter of doing a little simple math, just like we did when we did the half note, okay? So here we go. I'm gonna go not too fast. G, 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 A, G, G. Ready, here I go. So really, the other thing you can kind of remember is that a dotted quarter note is 3 also, just like the half note. But instead of 3 beats, it's 3 little half beats, okay? 1, 2, 3, 3 little half beats, okay? By the way, the reason I wanted to remind you guys and kind of review how dots work is because you'll eventually be seeing this lovely dotted note in on Mount Pleasant for next year. So the more comfortable you kind of are and introduced to that, the better off we are. All right. So there you go, guys. Some dotted quarter notes. Happy practicing.